Some of the best written characters are the ones with clear motivations and goals, and without that, sometimes the characters can fall flat, and if that happens, you've already lost. They could have personal end goals, and they could also have means goals. Let me explain. To simplify for this video at least, in case I get the definitions mixed up, that happens as well. Means goals are the ones you believe you need to hit to edge towards your main goal, which is called an end goal. Example, Naruto's end goal, at least the one we were sold, was to become Hokage of the village. And then things like graduating from ninja school is a means goal to help get there. Passing the Chunin exams, surpassing Sasuke, etc. all get closer to becoming Hokage, which was his end goal. We understood this and therefore root for, relate to, connect positively or negatively to Naruto. If you're telling any story, manga, comic, film, whatever, character motivations, especially the main characters, are key and should be established as early as possible and appropriately. I believe this is not only good for fictional characters, it's also good for ourselves as well. I think knowing your goals and making moves, edging closer to your end goals with mean goals, no matter how small, is a good form of motivation and can help keep you focused, especially when you acknowledge your successes, achieving even the little ones, showing your growth in the right direction. You feel me, B? Also, just like characters in series, it can also help others understand you better and hopefully be more invested in your success or your downfall. Shout out to the haters out there. But much love to the MVPs who support the vision, yo. Not the vision, I mean the vision. You get what I'm saying. However you can, the support is appreciated. I just thought it'd be good to talk about what my end goal is, at least what I think it is, because they're not always easy to identify, and over time, in some cases, it may even change or evolve. One might even misrepresent a means goal for an end goal, and when they achieve that mean goal, if they achieve it, they expect happiness, and when they don't get it, unhealthy. So overall, I think it's good to think about this stuff regardless of whatever you do in life. Honestly answer and try to figure out why you do what you do, or the various things you want to do, and what you feel is the one that's the most important to you should be your baby, your end goal, your end game. And I'd love to see your comments on it as well. Might find some interesting stuff from you psychopaths out there in the comments. But just be careful and identify it correctly, because sometimes you don't know until late in life. It happens. For me, I believe my end goal, in the simplest of terms, is to be free. The freedom to wake up and do what you want conveniently with limited stress and worry. And then I go, what does that look like? I think it's being creative and telling stories for a living comfortably. Telling stories with great morals, ones that are inspiring, diverse, influential, and motivating others in a variety of ways. Comfortably means monetary a little bit, but not just that and earning a good living. It could also be how you're set up, having a productive workflow with awesome outcomes, quality and quantity, a great team around you, great turnaround when you do get an idea, getting a bump on your elbow that won't go away, and not having a terrifying fear of going to the hospital. Go Bernie. Freedom like this, I think, could be success for me, which is why I probably have Sano, the lead character of my series Apple Black, rooted in themes about freedom as well. Even in this shot I'm inking, in this shonen action fight scene, battle scene panel, it says it all. Sano is literally in the midst of reaching out to a means goal in this panel, in this chapter, or whatever. All to be explained when the chapter is released. Overall, Santa wants freedom, the freedom to have dreams and goals of your own, since prior to now, he's just been told what to do, who he is, and so on. And that's kind of relatable in some parts. Santa wants to be in the driver's seat of his own life. He's always had these weird, mysterious, recurring visions of the scene in his unconscious designed to fill him up with hate. Seeing his father murdered by shady figures, almost designed to fill him up with rage for these culprits presented in these visions, which he fears because he doesn't want to become a symbol of that hate, that vengeance or revenge. He'd rather free all parties from this endless loop of hate through forgiveness, which may or may not be fulfilling some vague prophecy. Point is, imagine growing up and the only dreams or nightmares you've ever had are appallingly designed to manipulate you, brainwash you to be a certain way you disagree with. That could be psychologically damaging to most. Forgiveness is another theme I explore in the series. Not that I have all the answers about it, but it's one of those things that I think sets Sano apart from other leads, at least most leads, especially with his approach, reasoning, and circumstance. I believe main character goals also carry more weight when there is a consequence for failure. The consequence here being Sano devoured by these visions / nightmares / dreams / memories / whatever they are. That's also a mystery in the series, by the way. And then, when you take that to real life, the consequences are real, you know what I mean? But I think Overall, you shouldn't fear failure, at least too much. What you should fear is, staying down, I guess. So we got this end goal for Sano, and then you got a bunch of other means goals in between. We can't name them all here, but the means goals are just there to help get to the end goals. Get into the Sorcerer's Guild of the country, make friends straight out of isolation, graduate with a badge and cloak, investigate your father's demise, forgive the culprits despite the challenge and how naive it may be, fulfill the Eli prophecy of dawning the infinite night, etc. Piece of cake, right? Right. Now, if I'm right, which is rare, I just have to think about how to get to my own end goals with strategies, tactics, etc., all that good stuff. And from these plans, my mean goals are formed. And then some of those means goals form more means goals, and it's like a domino effect at this point. Now, without naming all of them, let me give an example of one of my mean goals and the mean goals that lead to other means goals, like a fishbone connected to a fishbone connected to a fishbone. You get the drift. Get the drift? It's more like get the gist. Catch my drift. Yes, you catch my drift? Help make Saturday AM My Footprint Entertainment a big brand, agency, and publisher. Now, just this goal alone gives birth to a host of other goals. I'd say producing more manga content in quality and quantity. That could be connected to me maybe releasing 5 volumes of Apple Black, at least by maybe 2022. Trust me, with a lot of things kind of leaving my plate slowly but surely, that's actually not impossible at all. Another means goals connected to that would be getting more staff, interns, or volunteers for the company. We're actually looking for video producers, motion graphics guys, people who are good with social media, writers, editors, graphic designers, web designers, list goes on. I'll link to a video in the cards where I talk specifically about that. Getting more press on social media or major news outlets, maybe popular figures online, this goes on. Getting our app successfully launched, and we are closer than we've ever been to making that happen. Gotten a lot of requests to make that happen. Helping to promote other major series and events within our company for Saturday AM, PM, and making sure that they're successful. Reaching major milestones on all our social media, which then ties into maybe this channel hitting 500,000 subscribers or 1 million subscribers, or maybe the goal would be hitting 300,000 views on average per video. And maybe that ties into me putting in more work on this channel and producing more videos that are quality and in quantity. Securing an anime deal, however that comes, that always helps. Any form of adaptation helps. Video games, it all helps. But then that ties into making sure that we have enough content to make that happen. So then ties back into making sure I produce more content and having that goal of 5 volumes of Apple Black released by 2022, which is where my main focus should be anyways. Rather than fantasizing about getting an Apple Black anime done or whatever other Saturday AM series we have the opportunity to make that happen with, or our goals that I don't want to go into too much detail on here, the main focus for me would be to make sure that those volumes are done to the best of my ability and just have fun with the process of making it, which I am. And then that ties into making sure I'm remastering it so that when people are introduced to the series, my first impressions kill. So continue to improve/fix my art and story, learn more art and design techniques for versatility, and to open up other ways that I may be able to help the company that I might not even be aware of right now. Producing animated videos, which are in the works. In fact, some of the next upcoming videos are me producing an anime, maybe showing you guys how to do that as well, using After Effects, Clip Studio Paint, list goes on. Having our Saturday AM, PM, and all our other creators hit major milestones, whether it be with their series or social media as well. Overall consistency and making sure we're working hard and prepared for luck when it comes, because you need a little bit of luck. I think anybody who's been successful online, you can do all the right things, but it doesn't mean it's going to be a hit. Making sure the series we produce are solid, maintaining company growth in high percentages. Go to the hospital for my nagging elbow. Trust me, that's connected as well. My hand is the plug. It's all connected. In achieving one, it helps one or more of the others in some capacity. A means goals of mine was creating a story with a strong moral that I liked, leading to my end goal. And because of that, some means goals I had to achieve before that. And those were things like maybe choose a medium of how I wanted to tell that story, whether it be animation, comics, film, children's book, whatever. And I chose comics/manga because it was one of the few things I could do with limited external assistance. And I loved to draw. I love to come up with stories and entertain people and do that kind of stuff. Other means goals were build an audience, which is why I started using social media. And another one was learn how to make comics, which is where I got the idea to use social media in the first place, because I was, using YouTube tutorials and stuff like that. How to build that audience would lead to, okay, maybe doing tutorials will bring people to my stuff, and then I can show them my personal work. And then doing those tutorials, I'm learning from other tutorials. And one of the best ways to learn is to teach. Another mean goal tied to all of this was learn how to use storytelling techniques available properly. Finish a comic, which was always a challenge of mine. Sometimes I'll start a comic, but I was never motivated enough to finish it. And that's it. It's like it's all connected, and we can go down this rabbit hole and just keep going and making manga and practicing. A means goal of getting that experience before I start doing Apple Black, which is my main series that I wanted to make sure I created properly to the best of my abilities. And another goal of making sure what I was creating was on par with what I saw out there, at least to a certain degree. Not trying to be perfect or anything, but at least comparable to where I could put it out and be proud and view it as something worth selling and people buying and enjoying. I took advantage of all the assets I have to make whatever I could make happen. So I just thought this video would be nice to talk about, and it'll probably let you guys see a little bit inside my head and how I operate and understand me maybe a little better.
Keep in mind, it's called an end goal for a reason. So those are the ones that really matter. You actually don't need to hit all your means goals. For instance, I have means goals of, maybe one day working in some capacity with like Marvel or DC, or maybe something in Japan, or going to Japan for something. But if that doesn't happen, I'm chilling. In all seriousness, we're actually trying to build Saturday AM to be a competitor to all those. So the end goal is all that matters. So you guys are the main characters of your life. What are your goals? What's your end game, man?
What are your goals? Question of the day. Surprise me. I hope you guys have enjoyed the illustration that I'm inking. Is actually from a page, from a chapter that I'm working on for the remastered version of Apple Black Volume 1. I'll be doing a little bit of that, but less so in Volume 2. Volume 3 will be out next year. Hopefully early next year, or at least mid next year, because there's a lot of work to be done. We're doing a lot of stuff with Saturday AM to help so here's another means goal of getting our books into retail and having them, be successful in there, which ties into other goals of getting adaptations, whether it be a video game or anime or licensing, merch, whatever. Everything's connected. Even when it's not my series, it's all connected. For those curious, I used Sakura Micron inking pens for this. And then I use my Pentel brush to fill in the blacks, the little speed lines here and there. Hope you guys enjoy the illustration, or the comic page, manga page. Please leave a like if you enjoy the art visually, or you enjoyed the topic of the day. Don't forget to hit that bell so you stay notified each time I upload absolutely anything. And United States to smash that subscribe button to keep coming back for more. I'll try to make videos as much as I can, probably using the footage of me creating these mangas, because I have a deadline that I must hit, and that's kind of hurt my video uploading schedule, but I'm trying to make up for it a little bit by showing you guys all this behind the scenes stuff that a lot of you guys enjoy. Probably next video will be about these new Spectrum Noir Classique markers that got sent to me. I'll leave a link for you guys who are interested in checking that out. You get 2 free months of Skillshare. Links to everything you could possibly need will be in the description below. Social media, Saturday AM social media, the list goes on. Shout outs to my patrons. All your support is greatly appreciated. It helps make these videos happen even more. Check out my other videos. It's WHYTMANGA, and I'm out.